Yo guys, what's up? It's OGXRAYZ and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a little bit different. Usually I don't do videos on non-COD stuff or maybe even like non-shooter games. But today I wanted to start expanding into other games. I feel like we're at that time of year right now where Call of Duty's just kind of starting to flounder a little bit. We'll see what happens. I'm still enjoying Black Ops 6 by all means. I'm enjoying the zombies. I'm actually waiting on the new update for directed mode. I grind all my camos in directed mode and then they nerfed it, and then Treyarch was like, oops, sorry, I guess it was a drop in player count. Maybe that's why they decided to put it back to the way it was before. That's just my hypothesis, okay? But regardless of that, it's been kind of difficult. I've been seeing a lot of people also having a hard time, especially on the Warzone side of all that. So I figured it's time to expand, try out some other stuff, and cover other games and other stuff that I enjoy, which in this case is Nintendo. I am a big Nintendo fan. I really like Nintendo games. I had a different channel where I posted mostly Nintendo stuff, but then this Call of Duty one was the one that did the best, so I focused on it and then I stopped posting on there. Irregardless, circling back to the main thing, today I want to talk about in this video the amount of people who were disappointed because Nintendo decided to release a bigger, beefier, better Nintendo Switch. And so it's kind of funny seeing all of this. I'm seeing it a lot on Twitter, and I don't know, this might just be engagement farming. It might just be a lot of people who are trying to get reactions from people, and if it is good job, bro, you got a few people to get mad. But basically it's a lot of people who are disappointed that there is no gimmick, no special gimmick to the Nintendo Switch 2, that they were expecting something crazy like the Wii or the first time we saw the Nintendo Switch, or maybe they were expecting to see more from the I'm just gonna call it a teaser trailer or reveal trailer. They didn't really reveal a lot for the Nintendo Switch 2. They basically showed off what it looks like, what the new magnetic clap thing that it does whenever you put the Joy-Cons back on there. It didn't really show a lot, and then it probably teased the ability to use the Joy-Cons as a mouse or mice. So that's really all they showed off. They showed off it still uses a cartridge. They showed off it's backwards compatible. They showed off the new Mario Kart, which freaking sick. I'm really excited for that. New Mario Kart in like for the first time in 10 years that isn't just the deluxe. If they come out with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Supreme or something like that, then I'd be mad, okay? But I'm assuming it's a new Mario Kart. But they showed off not a lot. They showed off that the system is bigger, that it's a lot sleeker looking. They haven't shown off any of the specs. They haven't shown off the UI. They haven't really shown anything. And I don't think they had to. I think a lot of people are expecting more, but this is just a bigger, better version of what we already saw. And that's kind of, I think, what the teaser trailer was trying to show off. It's that this is the Switch that you know. It's bigger, it's better, it's sleeker. Maybe they were trying to show off the Hall effect joysticks. If that's true, there's also part of the leaks that came out saying that this is going to have Hall effects analog sticks, which would be awesome. No more Joy-Con drift. But first of all, we know what this is going to be. You know, they're not trying to reintroduce or recreate the wheel. They're not trying to start from scratch. People didn't know what the Switch was when it first came out. They had to explain that it was a hybrid console that you could dock, that you could take on the road. It sold like hotcakes, going up to be possibly one of the all-time best-selling consoles ever. I think it just passed PlayStation 2. I might be wrong on that one. Maybe that was in the US. But number 2 best-selling console for Nintendo is insane. And then, you know, they also got the 3DS or whatever, or the DS, which was, I think, still the all-time #1 selling just video game device ever. But, you know, with that said, they had to explain what that was because Nintendo hadn't done like a system like that. They'd done handhelds before, but nothing that was kind of like a portable and then also dockable experience that ran games that were, for Nintendo, more AAA home console looking. And so now they're like, we don't have to explain what this is anymore. You guys know what a Switch is. And I've seen this, and I think the vast majority of people who like their Switch probably just wanted a more powerful version of the Switch that had fixed some of the issues, like maybe getting rid of the Joy-Con drift with Hall effect controllers, maybe changing the rail, the way that you snap on the Joy-Cons to something a little bit better. I don't know. Some people were making fun of that little insert thing
that is on the console itself when you snap the sticks on and saying it's going to break off. I don't know. Nintendo, I'm assuming they did a lot of tests and they figured that it wouldn't break that easily. Either way, I'm not going to be chucking my Switch 2, which is probably going to be around $400, the rumored price, around. I'm going to put that thing in a kill switch case or in a special case that's going to make sure it doesn't break. But like I was saying, we don't need to know what it is anymore because this is the second iteration. It's the bigger, better version of the Switch. And I'm really excited because of what Nintendo was able to do with the Switch 8 years into its life cycle with a game like Tears of the Kingdom. That game was running way better than and more than any business it had to have been doing as well as it did. Sure, there were slowdowns. Sure, there was a lot of stuttering. Not enough for me personally to destroy my amusement and enjoyment of that game, but enough to where you're like, yeah, it's time for an upgrade. And so personally, I don't care that they are releasing the same console style, that they're doing the same setup, that there's nothing, even if that little mouse feature doesn't end up being nothing. I don't care if there is no gimmick. I want the same thing that we've gotten already, which is a portable, dockable console experience on the go from Nintendo that hopefully now with this beefed up, if the rumors are true that this is base at the very minimum as strong as a PS4, I'm gonna be pretty happy because that means that Nintendo, who is amazing at optimizing their game, are now gonna have a way more powerful system to make games like Mario, their next Legend of Zelda games, all their first party games that still, how do they do it? Like Tears of the Kingdom that had all that real-time effect that needed to be memorized so you could do stuff like rewinding, building, crafting. How the hell did that console not immediately blow up from a game that had that much going on and look as good for what it was, you know? So if Nintendo's able to do that on a piece of cardboard console that was outdated when it came out, that was rushed because the Wii U did terrible, then I'm more excited now for a console that is portable, that has PS4 level power, that also has other features like DLSS, which is also rumored to have. I'm pumped for what Nintendo's going to be able to do with that, and then being able to play other games, maybe not as well as like you could maybe on the Steam Deck. I don't know, maybe they're around the same power, but like being able to have an option to play some third-party games is cool. But having that much greater power output for games like Pokemon, like Mario, like Donkey Kong, like Metroid Prime, basically every whimsical game that Nintendo does, and maybe getting like a 1080p 60 experience, locked 60 at least on portable mode, maybe upscaling up to 2K or 4K. I'm pumped for that. That gets me excited. So personally, I don't care. You know, no one gives grief to everyone else, PS4 to PS5, Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. Like, no one cares because they just want a more powerful thing. People aren't being like, well, why is the RTX 5060 not doing this? It's literally just a much more powerful thing, and you just want to keep playing the same thing but with better performance. And so for me personally, that's all I care about, and I think a lot of people only really care about that too, especially if you are enamored with your Nintendo Switch. So also, finally, it's gotten to the point where I'm going to be able to play my Switch OLED more because I was really trying to be careful with it, but now with the Switch 2 coming out, I can finally play that thing and not just play my first generation Nintendo Switch, which I use for travel. Now I can use my OLED more, so I'm pretty pumped for that. So with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to discuss this because the Switch 2 is popping like hotcakes right now. I think it's on pace to get more views from its reveal than the PlayStation 5 did, which is a good sign for Nintendo. We'll see how it sells. Nintendo apparently has 20 million units ready to go for the release window, so I'm really pumped to get one for myself. My nephew wants to get one. I'm going to try to get one for my brother so that we can play Mario Kart online together. So I'm pumped. I'm in. I'm like totally bought in, ready to go. Let me give you my money, Nintendo, and we'll see, man. But there's so many games that I'm excited to see if it's backwards compatible. Will it have a improvement patches, optimization patches? Will I finally be able to play Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, 1080p 60 portable mode? We'll see. Dude, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, bro, because all these other games, hopefully they're free optimization updates, and if not, we'll see how Nintendo does it. We'll see. But with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe and notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. And if you guys want to support the channel directly, you can do so by checking out my sponsors, Control Freak and Aim Controller. I use them every time I play. Code OGXRAYZ gets you a discount. Control Freak has released some Nintendo exclusive stuff for Joy-Cons, for Pro Controllers, so check them out as well, and I'm sure they got stuff cooking for the Switch 2 as well. So anyways, if that said, follow me on Twitter if you guys want to talk and interact at OGXRAYZ over on Twitter. Give me a follow. You guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace.